Loop stitch can be used to depict fur or grass. We'll look into 2 methods of incorporating loops into our projects. Begin as you would a single crochet, but instead of pulling the yarn directly at the front, go behind it and pick the yarn at the back. After pulling through, you'd have a loop. I'd hold it to the other side and complete the single crochet as usual. For this stitch, I prefer to yarn under. The yarn over creates too much twist in this stitch. I find it more difficult to adjust the loop with the extra wraps. I check the length of the loops after every few stitches. To ensure they're somewhat of the same height, we may slip stitch or work in continuous rounds. But since they're not visible either way, I'd work in continuous here. Unlike working in rows, there's no turning and no gap rows between the loops. Hence, from the second round, I will use loop half double crochet instead. Use loop double crochet if you want even sparser loops. Like the loop single crochet, the only difference is how we picked up the loop after inserting. We'll increase as we would a normal circle. Pull down a loop before making a single crochet. This is seemingly the simplest way to create loops. Loops are actually between stitches and not exactly part of the stitch. I find that loops are more alterable with the other method, or that there are lesser steps in my opinion. However, this is useful if you want loops every roll, or making amigurumi where you want loops on the right side. For grass mat, I prefer to work up in rows. The gap row makes good space for my display to stand on. I'd work in rounds for amigurumi. For example, this Junior Yeti. After a few rounds of single crochet for the bottom, the rest of the body is made with loop single crochet. I then cut the loops and unply the yarn by combing.